This is Adam Gorney, the National Recruiting Director at Rivals, here with our first guest on a busy signing day already. For Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, it has been not so busy. 21 in, 21 signed. It's been pretty nice. What has been the first few weeks been like for you, Marcus? There was a flight tracker tracking you around the country. You were everywhere doing everything. What has it been like for you?
Well, it's been nonstop. It's a whirlwind from the moment you find out you're having a head coaching change to the things necessary you have to do to become the next head coach here, and then having your press conference and getting on a plane. And I think they said I got to about 14 states and put some serious smiles. And so it's been awesome, and it's what you expect when you're the head coach at Notre Dame. And I understand the things that I'm doing are of utmost importance. So I can't complain too much.
That video that went out, everybody saw it. You announcing to the team that you had gotten the job, them hugging you, loving you up. What was that feeling like for you, and what did that mean to you?
Obviously it's very surreal, to be able to, we've had those moments as a defense, right? Because that's the type of leader I am. I give these kids my heart, and you push them and you motivate them to get to their goals. But, to do it as a whole team, an entire team, and do it as the head coach was a very surreal feeling. But, that's what I want our kids to understand. This isn't about anything else except for this football family, and that, we're in this thing together. Right. This, whatever we're going to do, whatever we're going to accomplish, we're going to do it together. And I'm so excited for our future.
What's it like talking to a quarterback through a coaching change? Steve Angeli obviously had been committed for a long time. What was that like? And what do you like about Angeli in your system now?
Well, I think you got to lean on the guy that has the biggest relationship with him, and that's the offensive coordinator and Tommy Rees. And so Tommy did an unbelievable job of keeping Steve in, right? Steve is the leader. He's the captain. He's the quarterback of this class. And so all I wanted to do is let Steve know that, hey, I'm embracing you. You've been committed here. And as the head coach, you are what we need to lead this class to where we want to go. And so I had to make sure I got up there to see him. And I did. I was able to get up to Jersey and spend some time with his family. And then they were able to come back here on an official visit because I'm a new head coach. And again, it's about developing that relationship. Tommy's done an unbelievable job with the relationship. And now as a head coach, I'm trying to build that trust with Steve, obviously being the quarterback of the future. And so it's been good. It's day by day.
Tommy had options. I mean, he could have gone other places. What were your conversations like with him to keep him at Notre Dame and to keep this class together? Because he had certainly helped with that.
Yeah. I mean, this is Tommy's school. Tommy bled for this place. Tommy has helped, put Notre Dame in the position it's in today. And I told him, this is your school. This is your alma mater. And it's going to be unique working for a defensive head coach. I'm not an offensive guru and I'm not a defensive guru, but, Tommy, this is a chance for you to grow. And I told him that. And I thought, ability for him to be an offensive coordinator and truly run that side of the ball and to make sure that, he has a lot of opinions and autonomy in what we do on the offensive side of the ball, the coaching hires and things like that. It was something that I think intrigued him. But more important than anything was him to coach for his university, right? Him to coach for his former team and the place that he got his education.
Notre Dame obviously is going to be known for offensive linemen. The class he put together is phenomenal. We really love Ty Chan, Billy Schroth. What kind of class do you think you have along the offensive line here?
I love them too, and I'm not an offensive line guru, but Tommy said these are the guys that are going to help get us to the national championship. And so all I want to do is try to keep them in place, right? And Billy's a kid that we had to go and kind of squeeze a little bit and develop that relationship and get him to say yes, and he did. And the rest of the four were already committed. And so to be able to keep those guys in place and add Billy to that class, our offensive line has a tradition and a history of being extremely talented and play at an extremely high level, and I think the future is bright.
Speaking of defense, a guy you must love is Jalen Sneed. I mean, a guy that can cover, run, hit, do everything. What did you see from him early on, getting him committed and now signed with really little fanfare there?
Yeah, well, I've had a connection, a relationship with his head coach for a long time, being from Ohio, and Jalen was a kid I knew about early on in the process. And the minute I became the defensive coordinator here at Notre Dame, he was a kid I went after. And so we were able to develop a relationship, through his head coach, and obviously getting him here in the summer for an official visit, getting his family here. He was a kid that committed, and he just continues to get better. He is a extremely talented player that hasn't even scratched the surface of how good he can be. And so I'm excited for his future and what he could do here at Notre Dame.
Last thing, Marcus, is Tobias Merriweather, you're going to need playmakers on the outside. I don't think that's any secret. He, obviously there were some storylines heading into signing day. How important was it to keep him? How did that relationship build in the couple weeks that you had to really solidify that thing?
Well, that's one of the first places we went on that Monday after my press conference. We stopped and we saw Billy in Wisconsin. We flew straight to Washington. And so I knew how important that was to keep him. And, his mind was all over the place. And so we had to try to get in his home, develop that relationship and tell him, hey, man, things aren't changing here at Notre Dame. Leadership might be changing, but the future isn't changing. And so he stayed strong to his commitment. And I couldn't be more thrilled to have him here.
That is new Notre Dame coach Marcus Freeman. He has promised to come on every year on signing day, and we're gonna keep him on. Thanks for joining us, Marcus. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.